agency, and in addition to starting his own excavation company, has devoted his time as a retiree to serving the citizens of Deerfield Township. And whereas Ed was first elected to the Deerfield Board of Trustees in 2001. Ed has played a role in many significant building improvements over the past 20 years, plus in Deerfield Township, and has always made it a priority to save money for the township. Now therefore it be
Resolved that the Portage County Board of Commissioners does hereby recognize Ed Dean for his dedication and invaluable service to Deerfield Township residents. In witness thereof, we have hereunto subscribed our names and have caused the Great Seal of Portage County to be affixed this 22nd day of January 2026. Congratulations.
Thank you, thank you. Thank you, we appreciate it.
Come on up here. We gotta do this automatically somehow. Come on up here. Make sure it's the right way up.
Okay.
Tracy, did you want us to look at you? Because we were looking at Michelle.
Oh, that's okay. Here,
Okay.
I'll get this one. Thank you.
All right,
Thank you.
Congratulations,
Thank you very
Ed.
much. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you.
appreciate you.
Thank you, Ms.
Good
Serena.
Thanks for putting up with it, Tracy. We appreciate you too.
I'm still not getting those numbers.
We should have had one for you.
All right.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Hi. How are you?
Good. How are you?
Good. Adjust my chair a little bit.
See you all.
All right.
Thank you,
Take
guys.
care.
You're welcome.
Okay, Happy New Year.
New Year.
My first
Yeah,
meeting
okay.
of the year. Okay. I'm so grateful for you, all of you.
Hey, I rubbed your rock today.
Yeah. Are you ready for me to start?
Yes.
Okay, I will try to be respectful of your time. The first item that I have is the JFS data report for October, November. We'll try to catch up next month just with the county shutting down and not having data. So you'll have a December, January here in the next month. As it relates to the content of the data, we did recently get some childcare data updates, so it's not reflected in the report, but I just want to verbally report out in the space of approving childcare subsidy. We, in December, qualified 488 children and issued $213,000 from the state of Ohio in subsidy payments to help kids in childcare. So I wanted to highlight that, and then you'll see that in writing at the next
Kelly Jo,
report.
I want to draw attention to the food assistance.
Sure.
Yeah, so in October you did 224,264 in food assistance, and then November, due to the backlog to the shutdown, right?
That isn't an accurate number, but it's what the report came up with.
Okay.
It
Because
actually,
it's like 5 million, so
Yeah.
I'm like, whoa.
and we wanted to represent what the federal government provided, but we also know that they're reconciling reports, so we'll have an update for you.
Oh, okay.
That's why we put
Gotcha.
in parentheses. It is not accurate by any
Yeah.
means.
Thank you.
You're welcome. As it relates to transportation, we stay steady in the space of supporting transit and trips for those that have medical appointments, and we're supporting workforce efforts. As it relates to customer service center and the public assistance division on the second floor, a drastic decrease in calls. On page 2, from October to November, we had 4,200 in October and then about 3,400 in November. So that's good. But also, again, with the government shutdown and those things, it drove up a lot of calls and inquiries into what was happening in that space. Page 3 is all workforce information. So I just wanted to highlight a few things on page 3. The Connections program is where our child support division makes referrals over to our workforce division, Ohio Means Jobs. And so we are continually trying to get those obligors connected to employment to secure more child support for their children. Moving on to page 4. As it relates to work sites, I'm just going to reference this really quick. It says number of work experience sites and number of positions. Those are positions available. So we have 37 businesses in Portage County that are open to taking individuals to provide work experience, not necessarily paid work, but when you're required to work and train for public welfare benefits, that does meet the requirements until paid employment is secured. In the coming months, we'll hear more about the new federal Medicaid changes that are going to require more individuals to be in a work component. So I do believe we'll be leaning into those businesses more often as we're connecting people to work experience. Again, the ultimate goal is paid employment, but in the interim, there'll be individuals that will be required to do some type of meaningful work and gain
And I
some
just
skills.
saw Lieutenant Governor Trussell, he's starting a new workforce
Yeah,
initiative.
I saw that too, yeah,
Yeah.
very nice. As it relates to our CCMEP youth, comprehensive case management, we're serving 14 to 24-year-olds, staying steady with serving or having open cases with 202 of those individuals. The Benefit Bridge program, if you look at the total number of cases, there was a time when we had 50, we're now at 14, and that has everything to do with the reduction in funding for those individuals without minor children. So we had to scale back what we were able to provide because of the funding. But I do have a,
Let me interrupt.
yeah,
What's their alternatives?
for the Benefit Bridge.
Mhm.
No alternatives. I mean, employment is the ultimate goal,
Yeah.
and to try to find affordable housing or sustain affordable housing. The Benefit Bridge was the program that we were able to wrap supports and incentives around them, incentivizing individuals that get work. At the same time, we know when your income goes up, your public welfare benefits
Right.
go down, and so it's sad. In the new Human Services Levy, we proposed a component of that to be able to maybe fill in that gap. So hopefully if that passes, we'll be able to bring some more incentives and supports to that population who really wants to be employed. Transportation continues to be a barrier. Housing, it's tough. Affordable housing is just very limited out there, and so even for individuals when they're in subsidized housing, there's wait list in Portage Metropolitan Housing, but if people are blessed enough to secure subsidized housing, when your income goes up, then so does your rent, so it's like a 30% base of, so just seeing life changing. And sometimes people fall through the cracks when the intention is, or the mindset is you get a job and you get off
Right.
assistance, but it's so very hard. Childcare costs go up, food assistance goes down, and that's why we were ecstatic. We had a state rep come in a couple months ago, just to talk about some proposed legislation and what Portage thoughts were, because we're a pilot county with Benefit Bridge. And we talked about the specific population, and it would be wonderful for legislators to really recognize that it's a win-win.
Yeah.
To be able to support this type of a program allows us to get people in the workforce and ultimately off of public welfare. It was doing that, and it still does, it's just very minimal.
Okay.
So, yeah. So a success story I'll share with you. We had a young lady that was in our CCMEP program and then pivoted over to Benefit Bridge in March of 2025. One of her major goals is to own her own dog training business, and she currently works at a canine service center with animals, but she is in school while she's working. She benefited from our program with incentives and transportation, and so transitioning off of public welfare into training and really trying to just a certain, accomplish goals, have career options as opposed to just, making it through employment. So we're really happy. She's ecstatic, and she appreciates the support we offer.
Oh, good.
All right, Child and Adult Protective Services, 79 kiddos in custody. We're steady in that space, but our elderly, APS, Adult Protective Services cases, it says 82. We actually were able to close a few cases, but we're at 74. We've never seen in the decade that I've been in Portage as many open adult protective services as kids in custody. So the needs of our seniors continues to be very prevalent. We've seen in the last couple weeks, especially with weather, shelter needs where we've paid for hotel stays, small hotel stays for seniors senior couples, a senior couple with an animal, while they're waiting to get some sustainable dollars to secure housing. It's a sad time, but we persevere. And again, I plug the future human service levy in hopes that it'll pass, because it will be able to provide some really relevant supports. Child support is very steady, manage about 7,000 child support cases and issue about $1.5 million in child support payments each month. Our workforce numbers were at 181. In January, we onboarded 7 new hires. And so we are also very intentional with all things being conservative and not sure where the budget is. We're only having individuals start on 1 day per month, instead of just as we turn them around, so it helps us to organize things better. That is the data report for you, unless you have any additional questions.
I'm good.
Okay. I will not go through every page of our goals. I only have 5 things to highlight, but every year for as long as I've been here, we've provided to the Board of Commissioners our annual goals. It keeps us aligned as a team with our state and federal mandates. We have a lot of creative goals in here. We monitor those midway through the year. We do touch bases to see where we're doing, what do we need to pivot, what do we need to modify, but we share this with our team as well. So just a few agency-wide goals I want to bring your attention to on an ongoing basis. Number 10, we continually strive to meet county, state, and federal guidelines and regulations. And our goal is always to pass our state fiscal audits, in which we passed in December. So beautiful
Good job.
Yeah. Number 11, our agency will strive to establish and meet best practice standards. So not just minimal, we want to go above and beyond. We have our challenges. We're not a perfect system, but we strive to meet best practice standards. Number 14 is we will seek funding opportunities to support senior services, transportation, and transition employment supports, hence AKA our levy on the ballot in May. And number 18, JFS will continue to work with Medina and Columbiana County. We're in a triad with them to grow our tier treatment foster care program, recruiting more foster families that will consider taking more kids with higher needs. So we want to grow that. And my last one to highlight on the agency-wide is number 21. We're going to host our 5th annual poverty simulation, and we work now regularly with Leadership Portage County. Since our last, Tulip Town is a poverty simulation where we invite community partners, local elected officials, just to give a perspective and experience on a month in the life of somebody in poverty. And we had a really profound experience to the point where a number of community providers have outreached and asked, can we come into their system? So we're actually going into the Kent City School District, and for all of their staff, 120, we're going to put that on.
Wow,
Children's
that's great.
Advantage has asked us to come out and work with their staff. The Health District, we have been asked, and the Akron Zoo, of all things, would like us to do that because we want people to understand that the individuals we work with that are struggling in poverty are looking for hands up, and our systems and silos make it very complicated for them to, it's just giving this a reality check of just
A real perspective.
yeah, of what it's like, you know, to stand in lines and to wait for benefits and to have legislative changes impact you and government shutdown. So anyways, you are all invited. If you've not had the experience, I'll be sure I send you an invitation. And so that's that.
It's a good program, but it makes me sad.
It does. It does.
Sorry.
That's okay. 2026, this is Audrey Riley's our public information officer, and every year she has to kind of map out what we're doing as it relates to events and projects and how we're in the community. So I'm not gonna go over all of these, but we're busy. We take services to the community. We have back to school fairs, senior fairs, lots of newsletters, those things. We have decided on the heels of being an AARP age-friendly community now, and with our strategic plan, we're increasing and hosting or collaborating and hosting 2 senior citizen forums this year. We always have one in the fall. Here it says May, but our committee agreed just last week that we're gonna move it to April. So our April event's gonna be held at Streetsboro Senior Center, and then our fall one will be back at University Hospital. But with the needs that we're seeing with seniors, we wanna have more of a presence in the community. That's our 2026 calendar, our calendar of events. 2026 training events, we have lots of training specific to all of our divisions. This is something that we develop every year, and all of our staff are required to have exposure to these trainings. So you'll see our sheriff's office via our contract continues to help us and support us with training, gun safety, active threats. Our EMA office is gonna come back in this year and do some training on weather and biochemical exposures. We have our Ohio Department of Job and Family Services coming in to do a training on customer service. Our mental health board's gonna focus on mental health supports, not just for our clients, but our staff. And so anyways, it's really good, and we have a federal mandate of civil rights training once a year, so we do that usually every December. That's our training event, the calendar. And then we've had lots of committees over the years, a diversity committee, a safety committee, an employee enhancement committee. We're merging into a unified committee. And we'll just continue to address or talk about health and wellness in the workplace, security, safety, how we're serving our diverse populations, as well as how do we keep morale up and support our staff in all these ever-changing times. That's that. And then, media outreach. So when the Portager and the Record Courier did a phenomenal job in highlighting the government shutdown. And on the heels of that, a gentleman by the name of Clay from Channel 5 News has kind of outreached to me on several occasions. Because there's so many changes coming down the pike with the SNAP program and the Medicaid work requirements, he has asked if he could continue to talk to us and work with us and feature some things from a Portage perspective, and possibly even interview a few of our clients just to ask about their experiences and impact. So as a courtesy to you, I wanted to let you know that I think it's a good opportunity. It's very strength-based, but it will kind of unfold some of the realities that are gonna impact our residents, but I think we need to share those with our residents too.
I think we need to educate.
Yeah.
Education is always good for the residents.
Yeah, so if you have no objection to that, then I will chat with him on more of a routine basis.
I know Clay.
Oh, good.
But, and he's a good reporter, and he's fair.
Very
so,
fair, very nice.
Yeah, very passionate.
Okay. And the last thing is just a discussion item, is my understanding my resolution's on a miscellaneous section in here in the.
Yeah.
Yes, so, every year, since I've been here, we've had the opportunity via the county auditor's office to ask for an advance on our taxes from March until January, and so I come to you and ask for that. That would allow us to receive the monies in February as opposed to, March, and so, so that's that. I didn't know if you had any questions, but it's very needed, especially with placement costs, so it would be helpful to get that early.
And it is allowable in the Ohio Revised Code.
Yes, ma'am.
And we do that
Yep,
every year, pretty much.
yeah. We were included in a grouping with the school districts. We were all afforded the opportunity, but we have a deadline of the end of this month to get the resolution to the auditor's office. And that's it.
Awesome.
Great.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Have a great day.
Oh, no, stay out of the snow,
Stay warm, right?
'cause it's coming. That's what they say. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, he's right here. Oh, is he? Okay. Thanks, Mojo.
Take care.
Thank you, ma'am.
Bye.
Well, sir, how are you? Oh, hello.
Good morning.
Am I allowed to come up? That's where they
Yes,
have to be
come
called.
on up.
Yeah, it's all you.
You're on.
All right, try to get us back on schedule here, I guess. How's everybody doing this morning? Happy New
Perfect.
Year, all that
Perfect.
fun stuff. Reason I come to you is because I need your help. I got 2 leases, the UH lease and the Western Reserve Flight Club. Sounds like I said Fight Club.
Okay.
Yeah, that too. Well, we don't talk about that other one.
The dwarf tours.
Oh, there we go.
I heard it.
I did.
We used to have them here in Bridgeville.
There you go. Well.
Oh, how you doing?
Look at Rob.
And I thought I was going to be nervous about all this. I'm flustered. Over the last, we're looking at more than 2 years, almost 30 months where we've had the airport, and the UH folks have not started helicopter operations. That's put us in a pickle with compliance, and it's basically, I feel like Charlie Brown kicking the football, trying to kick the football, and it keeps getting pulled away from me. So with that, I think it's time to cut bait, exercise our provision in the lease to actually terminate the lease. It's a no-fault provision, gives them 6 months to figure something else out, and then we can pivot going to something that's more aeronautical use, suits the business plan that we're doing. So that's the first one. And then the Western Reserve Flight Club, their lease came to an end on the 31st of December, and they're month to month at this point. They had a sweetheart deal with the airport authority at $750 per month. Recently in December, we replaced the hangar door at a considerable cost to us. So going forward, what I would like to do is actually put the hangar out for bid for any of the businesses that may actually want to locate to the airport. I've had several businesses that have expressed interest, not kicking out the flight club. They'll have the same opportunity to make a bid and make a proposal. But I want to get your insights into that so that I'm doing what you want me to do.
Well, so put it out to bid. Do we have to put it out to bid to lease it since they're already there? I mean, do you offer them, I mean, I don't know what their lease says, but do you offer them like the going market rate now versus their
We've had
discounted?
those discussions, and they believe that's too expensive. They believe they provide a lot of economic, I guess, they think they provide a lot of economic benefit to the airport. I don't see that, so that's why I want to go out and actually see if there's other businesses out there that will give us higher and better rates for that hangar. $750 a month, that's really cheap for a social
Compared to
club.
what, yeah, what does the market?
The market.
A market is going to be, even if we translated it for our T-hanger rate, using that as the benchmark, that'd be $4.53 per square foot. It's a 4,500 square foot hangar. We ought to be getting somewhere around $2,000. So having that new door, and then the capital improvement of having that new door makes it very attractive. Makes it almost, I'm a little proud of it at this point. But I won't say that it's on par with the new hangars that Mr. Bonner's built over there, but it's very.
We'll never be on that.
Right, we'll never be on that, but we do have a lot of things that we offer
Yeah.
with that, especially with that new door. So that's what I'm up against starting in '26, and that's why I come to you. I want to make sure that I'm going down the right path and meeting your expectations. So,
Well, now that you open that door, I would like to make some comments.
sure.
Strictly my opinion, coming from me and me alone. But we've had some issues at the airport. And I want to take it back a year or so. Just to attempt to finalize what we're doing and what we're up against, and to stop my phone from ringing. And let me just say this. When the airport authority was operating and attempting to operate the airport, they did a great job. There was a great group of guys there, and they really did. They hustled,
On a shoestring budget.
and we continued to fund their shoestring budget to assist them. And, you know, I appreciated what they did. But things change, and some people don't like change. And I'm just going to publicly say that, you know, Sabrina and I sat through the interviews. We had 13, and we chose you. I see no one's name on that list that have been calling and complaining that attempted to obtain that position, which they had all the right to do. But now what we're up against are, I have a couple of people from out there that have hangars and have planes, and thank you, I love you. I appreciate it, but anything doesn't go your way, not your way, but their way, I'm calling a certain commissioner, or I'm gonna have your job.
I've heard that several times.
That's gonna quit. That's gonna stop. Portage County owns that airport. You are our director. And if things do occur out there that you don't like, you're more than willing to make a complaint right through our county administrator, and we'll get notified thereof. But not one commissioner can make this happen or make it better. And I don't like it. It's been happening. I've been trying to meet up with one of the gentlemen. He keeps calling me and texting me, and I will not discuss the situation over the phone. I will not do it. There's a lot going on out there. Then I talked to the other ones, and some of the other guys that are their heart is in the airport, and once again, I love them to death. But the point of it is that we're not gonna come in and make a scene when we have clients in there working. And it happened the other day, and I'm not gonna allow it to happen anymore. And that's, once again, I'm speaking for myself, but I've told you in the past, if you have a problem, you call me, and I don't care where I'm at, I'll be there. This has to be run as a business. You have done that. You have shown us your ability and your credibility to do that. The monies that are coming in, I don't even want to bring up what we lost in monies prior to.
Right, right.
And that's, once again, nobody's fault. But we are making a safe, operational Portage County Airport. Period. And I'm not gonna allow one or two that really are upset with you or me or anybody else up there. I'm not gonna allow it to happen. It's wrong, and it's gonna stop. If you have an issue, put it in writing, contact our administrator, and she'll run it past us. But this threat to you constantly is over. It's over. I see nothing that occurs out there that needs to call to mom or dad. And that's how I feel. That's how I feel, and that's pretty much all I have.
And you know, Rob, we knew these were coming.
I did too.
because,
I did too.
You know what, it's such a drastic change in operations compared to what we had before, but then again, that's the whole reason they wanted to give it, because they understood we would be able to get FAA loans, and we could match the grants and stuff, and we could match it, and we would bring it up to airport worth out there, because it was very underutilized, because there was no funding.
And just to put the dollar figure, in application and award, as effective this month, we're at $5.15 million in monies that we either have been awarded or anticipate. And I mean, if a 300 hitter in baseball is good, I would like to get 3 out of 10 grants, but we're hitting 1,000 right now. Our partners at the state and federal level, they want this airport to expand. They want it to actually meet the economic development
To grow.
opportunities that are here. We are, and I preach this, I almost evangelize about this airport, because it is in the center of Northeast Ohio. We have great opportunity. We just need to get the spigot of funding going again. These small hiccups in the road, while they get a lot of attention and all that kind of stuff, they're going to be in the past. We just need to move forward on these sort of things. And I hate the fact that people feel that they can't come to me and register a complaint and think that they're going to get a fair
You're not
answer.
telling them what they want to hear.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Which, okay, well, that's my job, is to tell you what the rules are, not what you want to hear. And I believe that is also my job with you folks, is to tell you what's out there and get your input on what I should do moving forward.
And Rob, just to let you know, the one that we have that constantly calls me and then he calls Mike, problematic with the prior
Oh, yeah.
operation.
And
I mean,
he-
it's,
And that person actually has been trespassed at other airports. He's not allowed on other airports. He's not allowed in certain hangars throughout Northeast Ohio. So I've tried to be cordial, respectful, but also hold the line and be firm in our application of the
well,
rules and
perhaps
regulations.
maybe we need to look into how do we do that.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not, I mean, I got the email and I'm like, look.
Oh, I haven't seen the email
I'm
yet,
gonna
so.
call up Tunlin, and I'm like, go ahead,
Well,
be my guest.
and I do want to say I'm proud of you on what you've done in a short period of time.
I
really
appreciate
am.
that, yeah.
But I've also said to a couple of the pilots that public comments at 11, you get 5 minutes, we're more than happy to hear. One of them indicated to me, well, I'll bring a bunch of guys. Well, you may not like what you're gonna hear, but go ahead. I don't care. But the days of being bullied over what we're trying to do are over. And I'm not gonna tolerate it.
I
Okay.
know that name change was an issue, or removing.
Well, you know,
Well,
that's a good point, and I'm glad you brought that up, and I'll make a comment on the name taken off of the airport.
Mhm.
There was a gentleman who did a lot for the airport, he really did,
Yeah.
by what my research showed.
Mhm.
Unfortunately, he flew out of Burke Lakefront, not sure if he had a heart attack or what occurred, but
Yeah.
landed in the water, and they wanted to memorialize him, and I appreciate that. My research shows in 2008, the airport authority discussed it and appreciated and thanked them for doing what they did, and everybody who was involved, and I really appreciate it, I really do. But there is no, once we took the building or the airport over, there is not one Portage County building with a personal name up on it. Now, I'm all for, and I will personally even pay for it. I'm all for a memorial for the gentleman inside somewhere, plaque.
Yeah, I think something like that, cause
Yeah.
Tom was,
Yeah, he was great, but right now, there is not a building in this county with a name, and it just had to be removed. End of story. And thanks for bringing that up, I forgot all
yeah,
about that.
yeah.
But that's just the way we do business. We're fair and we're consistent.
Yes, sir.
So Rob, just to recap your concerns.
Yeah.
We'll start with UH.
Yes.
Because that has been an ongoing issue, and they know.
Yeah,
What's at risk.
we've had several discussions with them over the years.
So-
And then we had a final, basically, meeting in November. And they said they were going to start operations in earnest on December 1st. And that is not what happened. Instead, what we got was transient operations. So if they were on their way, they stopped. And it wasn't, they never did anything in the hangar. And the problem that presents is that in our main hangar, that's our maintenance shop, and then we also use it as a community storage hangar, with the idea that we would be able to get larger turboprop aircraft that are actually going to burn jet fuel, which is our higher margin. So the idea of having a section of the hangar actually reserved and never used, that we can't stack the airplanes the way we want, because we always have to keep a section open for that helicopter that's never coming. So what that does is it hampers and doesn't allow us to actually go out and say, hey, Mr. King Air owner, I would like you to put your airplane in here. And he's like, well, where do you want to put it? I mean, what about this open space over here? And we're cramming it over on the side, and it just doesn't look like we know what we're doing. Airplanes are never closer to each other than when they're on the ground. And that's when they end up experiencing hangar rash. And we do not want any bumps, bruises, or anything like that on an airplane. It's way too expensive. So we want to give the safety margin around the airplane, the 2 foot, so that we can actually stack the hangar and actually get the jet burners to the airport. And that's what that helicopter was supposed to be. It was supposed to be a jet burner, and it's not, because it's not there.
So what do you recommend that we do at this point in time, according to the lease and everything?
At this point, I don't want to, just like we're not going to talk about money and all that kind of stuff, lost, all that. I don't want to assign blame or anything like that. Our business has pivoted, has changed dramatically in the 2 years, and I just want to exercise the no-fault provision in the lease and say, let's part as friends, but you're more than welcome to come back and all that kind of stuff if we have an opportunity for you. We have several aviation businesses that have approached us and said, hey, if you got something, let me know.
So we're missing
opportunities.
But we're also at risk because they're running an operation that is not aeronautically
Exactly.
related.
And that's the big push, is that they're in one of the T hangars with ground ambulances, which on the surface is fine if that helicopter was actually based and if they had done everything that they were supposed to do in the lease. Because what I could do is actually go to the FAA and say, I need a concurrent land use, and so that's going to be non-aeronautical use of an aeronautical parcel. Right now, I don't have a leg to stand on to go to the FAA. They're going to look back and go, this helicopter's never been at your airport. How is it supporting this ground ambulance?
So you just need to move forward.
Move forward with that.
And we've given them multiple
Yes.
opportunities, and all we get is empty promises. And
Yes.
And the reality is that the new lane was supposed to be based there, but I'm hearing, they're rotating them between Ashtabula, Jaga, Ashland, and here,
Medina.
or Medina.
Medina.
Okay, and here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's the case. When you look at the marketing for that helicopter, we've always been listed as a reserve base for them, but that's not what the lease is supposed to be. So it's like, okay, you're telling people one thing, but you told us another.
But the biggest thing is we're at risk with
The
our
grant
current
assurances.
grants and stuff, so-
Yes.
Okay.
All right, do you have anything else?
No,
You
I
been kinda quiet.
agree. No, I just listening to all
Concur.
the commentary, but agree, we need to look at this as a business, charging the market value.
Mhm.
And then people, if we have people interested and people are not willing to pay the market,
Yeah.
then we put it out. I mean, that's.
They can
the
go
business
somewhere
is-
else and see if
Yeah.
they can get it for
Right.
$7.50.
Right.
And we know the answer.
Well, we're gonna prosper because of Burke Lakefront, I can feel it.
I can too.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you have anything else, ma'am? Madam Administrator for our Airport Director,
No, sir, thank you.
I appreciate you.
I appreciate
We
the
all
time.
appreciate you.
Sorry I took up
And,
so much of it.
and I'm telling you, you're the director. Have a nice day.
Thanks, sir. Like-
Get out.
Oh, jeez.
Bye, Rob. Thanks for
Thanks
coming in.
for coming in, Rob.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
Lovely haircut, sir.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much.
I feel like the wheels on that one don't quite work.
Thanks,
Set
Rob.
me
All
up.
right, thank you. Yeah, here, I feel like I should help you into the chair.
Oh, that's.
Good morning, Miss Jackie.
Good morning.
Good morning, Jackie.
Good morning, how are you?
Good.
I have a discussion item and I have some handouts for that, so I'll just pass them out now.
Thank you.
There you
Thank
go.
you. Pass it along, or these are?
Yeah, just the
Okay.
whole thing is yours.
Oh, great, thank you.
Wow. Thanks.
Like one, do you wanna follow along or?
Sure, unless you need it.
No, I'm good, thanks. Okay, so this is the review of 2025, the quarterly review of where we ended the year, and then we can kind of look at 2026 also, just kind of the flow of where we ended, and then the cash carryover for this year. So the top sheet is a summary of the revenue by categories as we categorize it for the tax budget. So classified and permissive taxes, this is our conveyance fees and sales taxes. We budgeted just over 30.5 million. We brought in 34 million. So we're at 111.41% of what we thought we would bring in. The local government category, the budget was 4.4 million, and we brought in an extra almost $3,300 there. So we were right at budget at 100.07%. Other receipts.
Jackie, I'm sorry, before you go on, for the
Sure.
local government, is that the one that we get and then we have to disperse out to the various,
We split.
Yes.
cities and townships? So
Mhm.
that 4.4 million, maybe we keep, I can't remember, I wanna say maybe about 40% of that stays in the
Yeah, and
county.
this category is also, it's a combination of local government income tax and then also the casino taxes in
Okay,
there too.
casino tax too.
Yeah, so it's
Okay.
about a
Yeah.
2 million
I think we
split.
keep like only 39%.
Yeah, I
of
think it was
it,
right at 40%.
because we give them, and we're entitled up to 50%
Mhm.
of it.
Yes.
Yeah, so we keep about, 39-40% of that. And then there are detail sheets, to
Okay.
follow that'll show how it breaks out.
Perfect, thank you.
Mm-hmm. And then other receipts, this is made up mostly of interest, court fees, and the contract services. A lot of that is the JFS contracts that they pay us for services that are provided by the general fund. So we budgeted just over 8.3 million, we brought in 12.9 million. The bulk of that overage is in interest, because we budgeted that very conservatively. Property taxes, we estimated just over 10.9 million, 10,915,000. We brought in 10,901,000, so we're at 99.87% there. For refunds, reimbursements, this is a combination of grants and election grants and things like that. We budgeted 414,800, and we brought in $671,684. So that was at 161.9%. State and federal aid, this is, the bulk of this is the public defender reimbursements. We budgeted 1,960,000. We brought in 2,951,363,000. The bulk of that also is the reimbursement for the renovation in the public defender's office. The statutory fees, licenses and fines, this is real estate fees, building inspection fees, recorder fees, and et cetera. The budget for this was $3,840,658, and we brought in $3,978,434. We did bring in a lot more in building inspection fees this year, so
They've been
they
rocking
worked
it down
really
there.
hard.
Yeah,
Yep.
doing good.
So-
Yeah,
Yep.
and I know we looked at revising those fees too for the
Mhm.
building department,
Yeah.
so that was a good.
I was just talking to Linda about that today. They
Mhm.
did a really good job
Yes.
last year. So overall, we budgeted $60,506,410 in revenue, and we brought in $69,910,283. So that's great. We brought in 115% of what we thought we were gonna bring in. And then I'll draw the board's attention to expenditures. This budget is a little bit inflated, and I can explain that. The revised budget for expenditures was $78,525,369, and our actuals were $72,798,550. So that, it looks like 92.71% spent. But the revised budget has some numbers in it that we probably need to pull out to get more of an apples to apples comparison of like what did we plan to spend and what did we spend. So carryover encumbrances are in that number of about 1.4 million. And then also we have earmarked contingency items, so things that we knew we weren't gonna spend really in 25, but we didn't want it to show as available,
Right.
so we set it aside. So the total there is about 1.7 million. So if we take that, combine like 3.1 million out of that 78.5, and that's the italicized number below, it's really more like 75 million,
yeah.
500,000 that we actually planned to spend. And so then we spent about 72.8 million of that. So it's more like a 96.41% expenditure, not really 92%, if that makes sense.
Well, I think you've done an absolute awesome job, given the situations that we've been in. And I know we all go places and we listen to people, and the most common comment is you all need to be more fiscally responsible. And those that say that are more than welcome to come in, and I'll go over these with them. And I understand them by how you've laid them out to us. And I know Jill and Sabrina, they're more than welcome to sit down. Being fiscally responsible is what keeps us up at night.
Right. Because there's all these departments that you're responsible for.
Well, they're
you
like
know?
this. What do you got for me today?
Well, not only that, but there's unforeseen
Right,
issues that
right.
come up, which I'm sure Rain Cloud's gonna share today about.
Yeah, she's not smiling.
No.
But you know, and that's why this is so important to us, because they do talk to us and they do make, I don't wanna use the term sly comments, but they do make comments. And I like to stand up and say, wait a minute, you're more than welcome to come in, I'll sit down with you and show you. I'm pretty happy with what's going on within the county. You know, could we use more money? Oh, yeah, absolutely. But the way it's operating, I'm happy.
Yep, and we gotta keep it all balanced somehow.
Well, that's the other thing. Too many people watching. You gotta make sure it's working right.
So there's detail sheets too, we could probably go over those real quick, but just before we move on to those, I did wanna point out, because it will come up in the contingency list at the end. The actuals for revenues were 69.9 million. The actuals for expenditures were 72.8 million. So that roughly $3 million difference is where you're gonna see, we started 25 with roughly 17 million in cash. We're starting 26 with 14.9, and that's, because our revenues were short of our expenditures,
Yeah.
So the next sheet is the sales and use tax. The total that we brought in was just over 30.8 million. We conservatively had that budget projected at 28 million. So I think, as we were talking about in tax budget this year, I think we're at 30 million or roughly 30 million for the past 3 years. So we might be able to increase that certification a little bit, maybe 29 million, 29 and a half. I don't think I would go so far as 30 million just because we're right at that line, so it's a little risky. And then, so the next sheet is casino tax. This one, we've kind of acknowledged all year we probably need to reduce this budget because it's consistently been at 2.6 million and we bring in around 2.3 million, so we probably need to reduce that down to 2.3 million. This year we brought in 2,389,000 in 2025. And the next one is the local government tax revenue. This is what you were discussing, Jill. So we brought in just over 2 million in local government tax revenue for 25. We had it estimated, I think, well, at 1.8 million. It's conservative, but I think we could leave it there.
Yep.
And then interest, this is the interesting one that's challenging to project. So we projected it, you know, extremely conservatively at 4 million. It came in, the total came in at just over 6.8 million. But, you know, the challenge is it's fluctuating and we know the rate's going down. So as much as we can probably increase it a little, we probably don't wanna increase it too much because it's on the trend
It's
to
on
come
the
down.
down, right?
So,
Right, and as we've spent those ARPA funds over the years, you know, that's less that's been invested, and as of, you know, 12/31/26, all those funds will be expended by.
End of this
right,
year.
End
yeah,
of this year.
it's based on those two pillars of our cash balance and the actual rate, and those, both of those are going down.
Are going down,
So
correct,
it'll be a kind of a double effect there.
yes.
So yeah, we can think about what we wanna project that at for the tax budget time.
Yeah.
And then the next sheet is property tax. This didn't change from the last quarter because pretty much everything was collected by that point. But just as a review, the 2025 actual was 10,901,000. The budget was 10,915,000. So we were just short by 14,000. And if you look at the numbers, it kind of makes sense. What the homestead rollback went up by that we were over, the actual collection went down by because the homestead values, you know, the credit went up a little bit because they were reassessed. So the 330,000 additional that we collected in the homestead rollback, that was a loss in the actual tax collection because there was a credit. And so the last sheet is rolling into 2026. So again, as I said, our revenues were short by expenses by about 3 million, so that absorbed some of our cash balance. So
Jackie, can I go back to the taxes?
Mhm.
Because I know that the state reps, one of our state reps, Heidi, she put out a Facebook post telling people not to pay their taxes in full this first half because there's gonna be a credit for second half taxes so that the treasurer doesn't have to create like a refund, which in my years, they never gave you a refund, they would just show a credit for the
Mhm.
following.
Mhm.
But anyways, I think it'll be interesting to see how many people actually do that for first half, because first half is always our biggest collection.
Mhm.
But now they're saying don't do that, because then you'll have a credit on the books for second half. We're supposed to start seeing some of the tax relief from the legislation that they passed.
Yeah, so we can look at that
Yeah.
in the spring when the first half comes in and just
Mhm.
compare the
Yeah.
numbers and see if that's truly what people are, the advice that people are
Yeah.
following, or.
Yeah, and too, you know, our second half will be less because those, as Sabrina mentioned, you know,
Yeah.
that legislation takes effect, was it March 19th, so it'll affect the, second half collections.
Taxes.
Mhm.
Yeah, so that'll be,
Yeah, so
less.
we'll track that
Yeah.
really closely this time.
Yeah.
Okay, so, then just the certification and estimated contingency. So the resources are certified at this point, the appropriation is estimated because we're not in a permanent budget situation yet. So the cash balance was $14,903,638. Certified resources are $59,811,782. So our total certification is just over 74.7 million. Our estimated appropriations right now are at about 77 million. So right now, we're showing a deficit of just over 2.2 million that's the gap that we need to close. Now that 77 million, depending on what we're looking at and how we're analyzing it, it can go up and down a little bit. So the gap we have to close is changing a little bit as we do the analysis. So we're working on tightening that up and figuring out how to close that gap. The 77 million, I'll say, does include the set aside for the Board of Elections equipment and the completion of the JDC HVAC expenditure. So that's why that's quite a bit higher than the prior
Much higher.
years. There's an extra 3 million
Two
expenditure.
big dollar items.
yes,
Have we heard from the Board of Election, I mean, we had that money last year, when they're gonna replace equipment?
I'm supposed to meet with them, I believe, next week.
Oh,
When I
good.
met
So we
with
held
them
that
in the
all last
fall,
year,
I
too.
thought they
Yeah.
said they were gonna have to replace the equipment this year, but I'll verify that with them next week when I meet
Yeah.
about their budget. But yeah, we've had that in the budget for, I
Mhm.
think, a couple years,
Couple,
since
at least,
2023.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think they said that has to happen this year, so. And then, there's a contingency list below, these are the items that, you know, I worked with Shannon to get estimates of what's upcoming this year. The HVAC, the highlighted HVAC for the admin building moved up the list, because I think that's more urgent than we originally thought, so it's moved up to the top of the list. So that's all I have right now. I know I just threw a lot of data at you, so if you have any questions.
I do not.
So we'll be working on this appropriations budget and discussing how to close this gap.
And as a reminder, since we adopted a temporary budget, we'll have to adopt the final budget by no later than April 1st for
Right.
2026.
Right, so the hope is by mid-March at the
Mhm.
latest, we bring that resolution and those numbers
Yeah.
forward
Start
to the
seeing
board.
them.
Yeah. So that's.
Oh,
all
you
I
have so much good news.
I'm sorry.
Well, you do a good job.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Any other questions before I?
Question?
I do not.
All right.
Okay.
All right. In accordance with section 305.30K of the Ohio Revised Code and this board's resolution 21-0396 and this board's resolution 21-0878, the Board of Commissioners acknowledges and approves the county administrator's approval to, I'll make a motion to direct the auditor's office to pay, process the January 15th, 2026 bills, ACH payments, wires, journal vouchers, and then and nows as applicable, contingent upon the verification of the reports as presented by the county auditor and reviewed by the Department of Budget and Financial Management.
I will second.
Roll call.
Jill?
Yes.
Sabrina? Yes. Mike?
Yes.
Make a motion to process the January 15th, 2026 budget amendments as reviewed and recommended by the Department of Budget and Financial Management.
I will second.
Roll call.
Jill?
Yes.
Sabrina? Yes. Mike?
Yes.
Make a motion, moving on to resolutions, make a motion to, the cash advance from Fund 5400, PCW General Administration to Fund 5514, Water Storage Tank Improvements, Rootstown Project Number 23-070.
I will second.
Roll call.
Jill?
Yes.
Sabrina? Yes. Mike?
Yes.
I'll make a motion to accept the grant award from the fiscal year 2025 Hazardous Materials Emergency Preparedness Help Grant on behalf of the Portage County Emergency Management Agency. The federal pass-through number 693JK325NF0008.
I will second.
Roll call.
Jill?
Yes.
Sabrina? Yes. Mike?
Yes.
I'll make a motion, transfer from Fund 7224 Workers' Comp Retro Rating Plan Year 2015 to Fund 7201 Workers' Comp General Administration.
I will second.
Roll call.
Jill?
Yes.
Sabrina? Yes. Mike?
Yes.
Make a motion to transfer from Fund 7234 Workers' Comp Prospective Rating Plan 2025 to Fund 7236 Workers' Comp Prospective Rating Plan 2027.
I will second.
Roll call.
Jill?
Yes.
Sabrina? Yes. Mike?
Yes.
Make a motion to declare obsolete and authorize the sale of one vehicle, a 2012 Ford Fusion from the Portage County Sheriff's Department.
Okay, I will second.
Roll call.
Jill?
Yes.
Sabrina? Yes. Mike?
Yes.
Thank
Thanks
you.
again, Jackie.
Thank you,
Appreciate
Jackie, I appreciate it.
All right.
Here I go.
Here she
Oh, boy. Oh, boy.
Oh,
Here
boy.
I am.
Here I am.
Aw.
I think so.
Okay, I have one project update for the JDC. So we were supposed to go on the roof this week at the JDC, and it was the coldest day, so we didn't go on the roof at the JDC. So we did have a Teams meeting with all parties. There was probably 20 of us actually on this Teams call. What we came to is with all the engineering and everything, they're going to start probably at the beginning of March with everything. They got their deposit check, so we're getting ready to roll. So they're gonna start with that. Everybody's on board. Everybody's happy, I believe, as happy as you can be. Because they do have to have people that will go around with them when they do this, because it is in the JDC area in that spot. And everybody's on board, everybody's cooperative, so it'll go well, I believe, when we do start. So that will start, we'll know exact date when they start. The engineering side and them are talking back and forth, so we'll be fine there. But that being said, it's not on here, but the admin building, I got word that the 5th and 6th floor will possibly not have air conditioning this summer, along with the 2nd and 3rd floor. They complained that they were hot, so we don't have any air conditioning to cool them down at this time, to bring the outside temp to cool them. So they are very warm at this time right now. We have no control at this moment in this building.
Wow.
So they're opening windows. We knew this was coming, so it's here. So I'm at the point right now where I'm trying to get an exact cost from Johnson Controls, since they're already in here, of how much it's gonna be to fix this building. And with that comes tearing out ceilings of what we just did on the 5th floor.
I was just gonna say, the 5th floor, we just finished the renovation.
But they can go, now, when we did the 5th floor, I knew this was coming, so with that being said, the way they put in the ceiling, it's easy to put back, because we knew that was gonna come.
Drop tile.
Yep. So, but we tried to budget for this, but we didn't know that the JDC was gonna come, so we tried, so. I'm gonna get a cost. I don't know if it's gonna be as much as the JDC. I'm hoping it's not going to be, but I don't know if we can baby it along. I'm not sure, because I don't know if I probably can't get air conditioner units that quick, so we'll do our best. Go ahead.
Yeah, quick question on the JDC. So, since they're not gonna start till beginning of March, I mean, our temporary units are still out there?
Nope.
No.
We pulled those a long
You
time
pulled
ago.
those and we have
So they
them.
did they Band-Aided them from right now.
Oh, okay.
They do have the boilers right now. They're in the plant right now. They have them in case something does happen.
Okay.
But they don't wanna replace them right now if they don't have to, because they would be down.
Mm-hmm.
So they have them on site, so if they do fail, they
Then we
could
can
pop them
pull
in.
them.
So
Okay.
they're sitting there
Didn't
though.
we lease those or rent those units?
Yeah, I got them out of there
And
quick.
they're,
They
like,
were super expensive.
Yeah, that's what I
Yeah,
thought.
Like
that's
12
why I
grand. It was a
remember.
lot of money, yeah.
Okay.
So, yeah, Brian fixed that one unit quickly.
And then you've got astronomical.
Yeah. Sorry, that was my rain cloud moment.
Ugh.
I know.
Hey,
You do a good job of it.
it is what it is.
It's my
Well, let's
profession.
see. JDC air, this floor air, this building air.
It'll
I
just
think
be a
the
ripple
youth
effect.
can tolerate the heat better than you can.
Yeah.
Yeah. We've got to prioritize now.
I didn't say that.
I wanna be on record right now.
Mature adults that have hot flashes
I know,
and freezes them.
I know.
Not
I know, and it's just gonna be a ripple effect, because it's gonna
I didn't
start
say
to
that
affect
either.
all floors.
Yeah.
I mean, it's from some of these units, 1979,
Yeah.
so.
People have to realize things are gonna go, and that's what, Sabrina said a few minutes ago. Some things are out there, we just have no
You
control
just
over.
can't plan. I mean.
And we tried to
try our
plan,
best.
Well, absolutely. I
and they've
mean,
done a good job babying.
Everything else is good, but it's these bigger cost items that just go, and it
Yeah.
needs fixed.
Yep,
These
Yeah.
expensive items.
Yeah.
Are you finished?
I'm finished.
You're up.
All right, we'll go to
So,
resolutions.
you know what, I just wanted to compliment Shannon and Claire, because you guys are so in tune and you're out in the buildings, and it really makes a difference for us.
Oh, thank you,
Whereas
thanks,
And it
before,
catches on.
yeah.
thank you, thanks, thank you.
She wants something.
No.
She's gonna ask you for something.
All right. I'll make a motion, the Board of Commissioners agrees to enter into a real estate lease agreement for the property located at 449 South Meridian Street, Ravenna, Ohio, with Job and Family Services for offices on floors 2 and 3.
Okay, I will second.
Roll call, please.
Jill?
Yes.
Sabrina? Yes. Mike?
Yes.
I'll make a motion, the Board of Commissioners agrees to amend resolution number 25-0647 to enter into an amendment number 1 for child and adolescent needs and strengths assessment services with Portage County Job and Family Services and Bear Foundation.
Okay, I will second.
Roll call.
Jill?
Yes.
Sabrina? Yes. Mike?
Yes.
I'll make a motion, the Board of Commissioners agrees to amend resolution number 25-0537 for an agreement with Portage County Job and Family Services and a Blessed Path, Inc., DBA Ride Transportation to provide supplemental transportation services.
I will second.
Roll call.
Jill?
Yes.
Sabrina? Yes. Mike?
Yes.
I'll make a motion, the Board of Commissioners agrees to accept the maintenance guarantee and maintenance bond for street, storm, sewer, drainage improvements, erosion and sediment control for the Forest Ridge Phase 6 development in Ravenna Township, Portage County.
I will second.
Roll call.
Jill?
Yes.
Sabrina? Yes. Mike?
Yes.
Okay, journal entries, I'll make a motion, the Board of Commissioners approves the December 2025 adjustments to the Portage County Water, Portage County Sewer, and Streetsboro Sewer billing accounts as reported on the adjustment reports.
Okay, I will second.
Roll call.
Jill?
Yes.
Sabrina? Yes. Mike?
Yes.
I'll make a motion, the Board of Commissioners acknowledges the correction to miscellaneous journal entry number 16 that was read in session on January 15th, 2026, correcting the year from 2025 to 2026.
Okay, I will second.
Roll call.
Jill?
Yes.
Sabrina? Yes. Mike?
Yes.
Make a motion, the Board of Commissioners acknowledges the correction to miscellaneous journal entry number 19 that was read in session on January 15, 2026, correcting Portage County Common Pleas Court Fund from 001 to 0001, IT Fund from 0127 to 1027, Mediation Fund from 0112 to 1012, and Special Fund from 0114 to 1014.
No, Jill, I didn't hear half of that. You want to reread it?
No, thank you.
I will
Dyslexic.
second. I was gonna say someone must be. I will second.
Roll call.
Jill?
Yes.
Sabrina? Yes. Mike?
Yes.
All right, so I will make a motion. The Board of Commissioners acknowledges the correction to miscellaneous journal entry number 27 that was read in session on January 15th, 2026, correcting the amount from $4,970,429 to $4,097,429.
I will second.
Roll call.
Jill?
Yes.
Sabrina? Yes. Mike?
Yes.
Shannon, you can leave if you want. I'm sorry.
I
we
like-
just, like run
That's
all
okay.
in there.
I was like, I don't think these are under me, but that's awesome.
Sorry, I jumped to miscellaneous. I was like,
Knowledge is
I
good.
like to listen to this.
I was
Knowledge
just
is
gonna say,
good.
you can stay.
That's okay. Oh,
Knowledge is
the
good.
flagpole light is fixed at the,
Thank you.
Yeah.
just so you know, at the Ravenna courthouse.
Oh.
Just wanted you to know. But I was like, I don't think these are under me.
yeah.
I'm
sorry,
looking
that
at my
was me.
agenda.
That was me, sorry.
Thank
That's
you.
a lot
Dan.
of numbers. I wouldn't write those. Only when I'm fixing things.
Apologies about
No, you're
having
okay.
to sit through a couple
That's
of-
okay.
Thanks, Shannon.
Thank you.
All right, so I will go on to the miscellaneous resolutions. I'll make a motion, the Board of Commissioners approves the request for the county auditor to advance taxes from the proceeds of the 2025 tax collection year pursuant to section 321.34 of the Ohio Revised Code to Portage County Job and Family Services.
I will second.
Roll call.
Jill?
Yes.
Sabrina? Yes. Mike?
Yes.
Make a motion, the Board of Commissioners agrees to set date, time, and location of a public meeting to discuss the designation of several Portage County townships as restricted areas in accordance with section 303.58 of the Ohio Revised Code to prohibit the construction of economically significant wind farms, large wind farms, and large solar facilities as defined in ORC 303.57 4906.13 and ORC 4906.01.
I will second.
Roll call.
Jill,
Yes.
Sabrina,
Yes.
Mike.
Yes.
I'll make a motion, the Board of Commissioners authorizes the holding of a special session of the Portage County Board of Commissioners at 6:30 PM on Thursday, March 26, 2026, at the Emergency Management Agency, 2978 State Route 59, Ravenna, Ohio, for a discussion on the designation of restrictions in Manaway, Hiram, Nelson, Freedom, Harris, Ritztown, Randolph, and Atwater Townships in accordance with section 303.58 of the Ohio Revised Code to prohibit the construction of economically significant wind farms, large wind farms, and large solar facilities as defined in ORC 3.303.57, 4906.13, and ORC 4906.01.
I will second.
Roll call.
Jill,
Yes.
Sabrina,
Yes.
Mike.
Yes. Anything else for the good of the order for the moment?
Yes, sir.
Do we have any public comment so far?
Ms. Administrator?
No, sir, I'm good, thank you.
All right, let's recess until 11.
Thank you.
All right, welcome back from recess. Is there anything else that we would like to come before the board? Commissioner Crawford,
Thank you, sir.
Commissioner Bennett.
I do not.
Madam Administrator, would you like to participate in any conversation to the
I am.
general public?
Good, thank you.
All right, Cassidy?
I would just like to.
Okay,
circle-
thank you. Oh.
I have one thing I would like to bring up to the board. Circling back, we do not have, it does not look like we have a very full agenda full enough to hold a meeting on the 27th, the last Tuesday of the month. Is it okay with the board if we go ahead and cancel that?
I'm good.
Yep. Yes, I'm good too.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
And then, I know there was a question about possibly holding a Tuesday meeting on February 3rd rather than February 5th.
Yeah, I think we're good now. I'm not attending the conference, so we'll have a quorum on the 5th.
Are you, well, I thought you were leaving.
I'm not leaving until after the meeting.
After the meeting?
Yeah.
Because I have a speaking engagement, because we were gonna move it to the 3rd, so if we could move it to the 3rd, that would be great. Yeah, do you guys care? To the 3rd? Cause we can announce that when we cancel.
I just figured we'd do it the 5th.
But I scheduled something because we weren't gonna do it on the 5th, cause Mike was supposed to be gone, and then you were gonna be gone to.
Yeah, I was just
OT.
looking into the conference. I hadn't made a decision, so
Yeah.
I'm
yeah.
just fine with it still being the 5th. It's up to you, Mike.
But I would like to move it to the 3rd because I can't be here on the 5th. And we normally will accommodate one another if one of us can't be there. It's not based on a quorum.
Don't accommodate.
Yeah. I can tell it.
I can tell it.
I can do it.
Yeah, I'm okay with it doing the 3rd.
Okay. Okay.
Tuesday the 3rd?
Yes.
Go ahead and move that date
Move the
as well.
5th to the 3rd.
5th to the 3rd, and then, we will cancel the 5th,
Yeah.
Okay.
and the last Tuesday of January.
In the last Tuesday of January.
Yeah.
Cancel.
And then we can
Okay.
put it all in one notice versus
Sure.
having to do,
Yep.
save money.
Well, we don't have to advertise that
No.
one.
Advertise
Commissioner?
anymore? Mm-mm.
Yeah.
Just, announce
Yeah.
it.
Oh, that's
Okay.
true, on the website. I forgot about that. They changed the
House bill,
rules.
Yeah,
All right.
Better yet.
okay.
Thank you.
That's
Miss
all I have.
Olivia, our backup clerk,
Good.
you sure?
Because you take back up the answer.
All right.
All right.
The weather's supposed to get bad. Our emergency management team is on it, and they're watching it, and they'll make posts on our website, letting you know if there is something severe to be on lookout for. But Saturday through Monday, weather's supposed to be bad.
A lot of snow too.
So please prepare, be careful, and check your neighbors. Entertain motion.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
What, second?
Roll call, please.
Jill? Yes. Sabrina?
Yes.
And Mike?
Yes.